We're talking to Penn State football with Audrey Snyder. You can join her on Land of 10 and also Pittsburgh, DK Pittsburgh radio as well. And Audrey, when you look at quarterback Trace McSorley, of course, he is the star now that Saquon is moving on. He's the face of the program. He's a kid that burst onto the scene 2 years ago. And with Chris Godwin in particular making remarkable plays for him on those 50-50 jump balls 2 years ago, Trace McSorley seemed to me to be a more polished, more selective quarterback in his decision-making last season. Is there any way in which he could improve even more this time around?
You know, I'm curious to see how defenses play this team this year because they're not going to load the box to try and stop Saquon Barkley. So I think the strategy there is probably going to be to make Trace McSorley try and beat him, which I think should make this run game potentially a little bit more effective this year than it's been in the past. Just because you're not going to have that extra guy in the box, which of course will alleviate some of the headaches for the offensive line, I would presume. But when it comes to McSorley, you know, I don't really think the question is him as much as it is who he's going to be throwing to. This is a team that right now has a major need at tight end. Gone is Mike Gesicki, and they have to have somebody who can come up to make those plays. Deshaun Hamilton, you look at the numbers that he put up last year. His numbers were very similar to Chris Godwin 2 years ago. So you take Hamilton out of it, you take Gesicki out of it. You still have Juwan Johnson, who's certainly a bright spot for them last year. But beyond that, what do they have? Who is that tight end? And I think that's where it comes down to McSorley not forcing things. I mean, we've seen him do a lot with his legs during his last 2 years as the starter. They're going to also have the versatility with Tommy Stevens out of that lion role. But I think it's a matter of not forcing things and trying to see how the rest of this offense develops before you kind of pin anything on McSorley.
Yeah, Deshaun Hamilton, not really the guy that gained star status, but from the time he stepped on the field as a freshman in that first game, I believe, against Central Florida, he and Gino Lewis were in the lineup with Christian Hackenberg at quarterback, and he was a consistent performer throughout and racked up, I believe, the most receptions and yardage in Penn State history.
So, I mean, that's a big shoes to fill, and it's one of those things that you look at it, might go a little bit under the radar, but his numbers, you know, after an up-and-down college career, what he did last year certainly catapulted him to a lot of NFL conversations right now.